scold me on camera again, Israel.
I will.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Welcome back to
A Fag.
And a Hag. And this is part 2 of our Twilight review. Still unimpressed.
So when we last left you, we were talking about how Bella rode Edward into the forest
Like
and into the sunlight where he sparkled. He then tells her that her smell, the sight of her, makes him want to kill her and eat her. He says the temptation is always there, and she says, I'm not afraid of you. I'm just afraid that I will lose you, that you will disappear.
Yeah, and also we have to mention that Edward, to be perfectly frank, thinks Bella's blood smells distinctly perfect, and his own brand of heroin. Kids, that's heroin. When you go to your dealer, ask for China White. That's the best. Black tar's crap. You gotta shoot that right into your toes. No, and so this is his entire reason for liking this girl, is because her blood smells nice. Go ahead, Izzy.
So they lay together in the grass having eye sex for a little while, and then he sparkles again. Now lay on the sickening, love-sick femme fatale role that Bella is dying to be for him. As she sits in her room and she reveals that she knows 3 things.
3 things.
Edward is a vampire, he wants her blood, and that she is irrevocably and utterly in
unequivocally, superfluously
in love with him.
Ashamedly, bashedly.
Who talks like that?
Nobody. I never talked like that when I was in high school. Let me say for the record right now, I considered myself not one of the regular girls in high school. I'm not saying that I was, like, super great or anything. I just considered myself to be more intellectual than most girls my age. And I never used words like that.
Not common.
I didn't talk like that. Nobody talks like that. And I can see
Except
how...
for 40-year-old writer who is trying to write for teenagers who she's totally out of touch with.
That's not Bella. That's Stephanie Meyer. Despite that, being what it may, I just don't... I understand that that's a fantasy, it's not supposed to be normal, but it's dialogue that doesn't happen in real life, it shouldn't happen in fantasy, it's just badly written.
There's no way to connect with those characters when they're talking like that.
Exactly, and my biggest point is that she's trying to make it... Okay, every filmmaker has the responsibility, we all know, that they have to try to connect us with these characters so that we give a shit about them.
Make the story real or plausible, or if it's not real, at least make the audience feel like it could be.
Bella is supposed to be the every girl. Any girl can slip into her shoes easily in and out and experience what she's going through. It's the appeal of the novel and of the film. I can't do that when she's talking like an ass. I can't. She's got like her thesaurus that she's got to make sure she can, open and read, because all these descriptive words just can't possibly mount what she feels for
I wonder
Edward.
how long she had to practice saying irrevocably.
Right, like...
Before she set it on.
We should, totally help the Haitians.
Alright, so then he was home to meet his family, where they try to be as inviting as possible, making dinner for her in a kitchen they've never used before.
But I'm
sure they've probably chopped up, some bodies, animals, because they're vegetarian vampires, who only eat animals.
We never actually see them eat, so in my opinion, they don't eat fucking anything.
They do look starving and pale, though.
They do.
Super thin. And they all wear white. Why?
Well, models. That's why. Models don't eat. Anyway, but they cook for her, and they've never cooked before, but they know how to do it perfectly, because why? We're just told they do. And so we're supposed to believe that.
At this time, we are introduced to the rest of the family. Alice is then introduced along with her boyfriend, her foster brother, Jasper, who really, really wants to eat Bella.
Yeah, he's supposedly the first one or the newest one to adapt to their vegetarian lifestyle. He's having a hard time with it, supposedly, and having Bella around doesn't make it any easier. So, fuck our brother. He can go fuck off.
That's normal.
We're gonna keep our blood-bearing, heart-beating girlfriend around because she smells good. Fuck you, Jasper. Go find another family.
So then Edward invites Bella up to his room to show her that, and this is the first actually believable intimate moment that these two characters have. Just before he takes her flying out the window, nicknames her Spider Monkey, and then takes her to view the ocean from the treetops, which was a pretty cool scene, actually, visually.
Visually, it was alright, but I don't think they did anything visually that set it apart from anything else. The story was crap. They certainly didn't rectify any of that with the visual effects, none that I could see that would make up for the horrible, blind, awful storytelling.
Yeah, there's too many problems with this movie. Because apparently in this small town, police investigation is everyone's business, as shown in a scene at the local diner where Charlie admits to the waitress, the help there, that they found a human footprint that they have discovered in the woods at the scene.
So she could go deciding to be a CSI of her own and fuck up the crime scene. Why don't you just take them there yourself, Chief Swan, you asshole?
Then Bella finally admits to her father and lies to him that there are no boys in this town that she has any interest in.
Remember, kids, after you buy your heroin, make sure you lie to your parents.
Following this, Bella's mom is in the next scene with her on the phone, and it doesn't really quite make sense to me why she's talking to her daughter like she's her friend. Let's have a boy talk. Are you staying protected?
And the fact that she seems utterly annoyed with her mother through every interaction we ever see, not loving, not, I'm gonna miss you, Ma, or this really sucks, it's really fucking rainy, I wish I was home. No, it's just like, I can't talk to you right now.
Totally annoyed. So then, and apparently at this point in the movie, Bella's mom and her stepfather are supposed to be in Jacksonville, Florida, where he's in the background hitting baseballs like he's going to join a professional team.
And he doesn't actually belong to a professional team, which I don't believe they get paid for because nobody fucking watches minor league baseball.
Exactly.
But they're traveling around, ditching their child in some East Jesus nowhere part of the country so that he can go to batting cages in Florida.
Then another intimate scene ensues when both main characters, Bella and Edward, are in the room together. Bella notices that Edward is watching her while she's on the phone with her mom, so she ends the call real quick. Just a little odd for...
Fuck you, Ma. Yeah. And Jasper. I'm gonna go talk to Edward.
Edward's here, gotta go.
Thanks for giving birth and all, but get the fuck out of my life.
They begin kissing. Bella gets wet, must be on her period, because Edward stops himself from going any further. You know that he just wants to eat her. Yeah, Bella apologizes for some odd reason.
See, I found that scene to be completely inconsistent with the fumblings of teenagers in those years. It was, I know it's a movie again, but I can't relate to you. You just aren't realistic or in any world I've ever seen or lived in.